guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Marci. I have 4 kids, the youngest of whom is Freya. She has a rare syndrome called Cornelia deLange syndrome. And today we are going to her preschool to have an IEP, which is an individualized education plan. And basically what that means is Freya needs certain accommodations to go to preschool, like typical developing kids do. And we go to this meeting to see what accommodations she needs. Yeah, you gonna go down, crawl around? All right, there you go. So this is our second year doing preschool. Last year was our first IEP. And I'm going to share what I did last year because I think what I did last year was important to set us up for this year. So last year we went in, I didn't know her preschool teacher or her physical therapist. I did know her occupational therapist. He does occupational therapy for the early intervention program here, which is from age 0 to 3. So she did keep the same occupational therapist, which was nice because he already knew her. And her speech therapist, our daughter Jessie, went to the same preschool and had the same speech therapist. So we did know her a little bit, which made it a little less stressful, but still super stressful nonetheless. So last year we wrote out a kind of get to know you page for Freya. We had a big picture at the top and then kind of her personalities, what does work for her, what doesn't work for her, and then some of our goals, not just for preschool, but kind of for her whole life. Freya wants to be in charge of the camera. Come here. Look, if you sit here, you can see it. She keeps grabbing to swing it. So that was wonderful. And the teacher and the therapist did say they loved it because it kind of gave them a glimpse into who Freya was and her personality and just giving that information of what works for her. Freya's moving it. Yeah, you're moving it. Was very helpful for them the first couple weeks when they were trying to get to know Freya. And the next thing we did that was really helpful for me specifically was we had them send us a draft of all the goals they had written out for Freya before we went to the meeting. So I think I got that about a day before, and I was able to print it out, read through it, and kind of go, yes, that goal seems doable, or no, that goal does not seem doable. Because especially for Freya and for the preschool, they aren't used to having such a rare syndrome. Our town is very small, and I talked to our occupational therapist beforehand, and he said typically they dealt with kids that have autism and kids that have Down syndrome and not a whole lot of anything else. And so Freya was very different from that. She is very delayed developmentally, and she doesn't go at the pace that say like kids with autism or kids with Down syndrome do. She develops a lot slower than that. So there were quite a few goals that they had laid out that I just was like, no, she's not gonna hit that in the next year. Let's tweak it. One was taking, I think, 20 steps in her gait trainer, and I was like, yeah, let's go down to 5 steps in her gait trainer. Another one was pulling up to standing, and she did not do that last year, but she did over the summer. So just being able to read through it and know what I was walking into was so helpful for me. And I had no idea what to expect because it was her first IEP, and I had no idea what they thought Freya could do. So that was so helpful for me, just to walk in knowing exactly what we were going to talk about and what to expect, and be able to have written notes and say, yes, this is great. No, this is not great. So for those of you that don't know what an IEP is, She's back there laughing at her toy. An IEP is where you go, the parent of the child goes and discusses all the accommodations their kid needs. So the preschool teacher is there, and then any therapies that they are going to be doing in school. So Freya does all the therapies: physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. I think they had one called academic. She has like academic goals they also want her to meet. And then the school nurse also has to be there because Freya has allergies. They need to know what that is and how to feed her. And the bus driver actually has to be there too for Freya. I don't know if they'll be here this year because I think we got it all sorted last year, but Freya doesn't use a wheelchair yet, and so a lot of kids that go that aren't mobile will have a wheelchair that they can strap into the bus. But since Freya didn't have that, she was still too small for the harness they had. We had to get basically not quite an infant car seat, but a car seat with a 5-point harness in there. So once we had that all sorted, I don't think they'll be here this year. So what I am taking to the IEP, first of all, I have donuts because an IEP meeting is a team and you want the teachers on your side. I know a lot of people walk in thinking that they need to fight for what their kids need, which you do, but you also need to have a great working relationship with the teachers and therapists because they're going to be the ones implementing all those goals. So I like to bring a little treat so that we're all happy and friends. And I'm also bringing Freya's communication board that I printed out. She had, let me get it down. So the preschool had this one printed out, and it just has 4 words per card, and then you flip. And it's on a little lanyard so you can keep it here all the time, and then when you use it, you just pull it and point. I found myself not using this because I hated like flipping and flipping and flipping, and then when I finally flipped and found the word, it was past what we were talking about. Like Freya moves on very quickly. So by the time I found the word, she's like on to the next thing already. So I printed this one out. It's the same format. It's just all of them on one page. And I found I like this a lot better. And the whole point of the communication board, there are words, and then you point to the word when you say the word. Oh, you like that toy. Oh, look at that toy. So then she can start pointing and communicating with us that way. So I found I wasn't using this because I didn't like flipping the pages. So the whole point is I need to be able to use it, and I need to like the format. And then once Freya can use it, she can use whatever format she wants. But for me to use it, I liked this one a lot better. So I'm going to bring this to the speech therapist and just let her know this is what we've been doing the past couple weeks. I like it better. This is what I'm doing at home. I also am going to talk to the speech therapist about our buttons and how those have been going and see if she wants to implement that in preschool. If she does, great. If she doesn't, I just think it's important she knows kind of where we are communication-wise there. As far as occupational therapy and physical therapy, they have set pretty appropriate goals. So I think there we'll kind of just discuss what she's done over the summer and all the new things she's doing there, and then decide where we think she could be in the next year. Are you opening that door? This is a Melissa and Doug puzzle that we just screwed into the wall, and she absolutely loves it. You getting that door open? Oh, what about purple? Oh, you got it open. Open. Good job. Good job. So let's go to the IEP, and then I will circle back with you guys when we are done to kind of let you know how it went and discuss Freya's new goals. Freya is she's going to be so excited when we get to the preschool. I've told her a couple times and she kind of smiles, oh yeah, school. But I don't know, yeah, we're gonna go to school today, if she completely comprehends that we're going back, but she absolutely loves school. You wanna go to school? Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go to school today. You wanna go see your teachers? Yeah, no friends will be there today though, just teachers, okay? Yeah, you're excited, huh? You excited to go to school? Honestly, the worst part of today is going to be leaving, and then she doesn't get to go back for another couple weeks when school actually starts. So I think she'll be a little sad. Yeah. All right, you guys, it's been a long day. I'm going to try and get this video done before Freya falls asleep. Come here. But I make no promises because she's really sleepy. She was just sitting there and it looked like she was gonna nod off. So maybe she will as I chat with you guys. There, okay, come here. Come here. So Freya's IEP went well. It's such a different experience coming in when it's the second year and the teacher knows Freya and all the therapists know Freya, and I know that we're all on the same team. I didn't have any issues with them last year, so it was much less stressful this year. And I was really able to go in and just talk with them about different options for different things. So let's start first with her academic goals. So Freya's academic goals are the same as last year, I think. They are focusing on getting her to match shapes and colors. So they will put something down that's a triangle, and they want her to be able to pick out another triangle or square or rectangle. And they also will put down a red piece of paper, and they want her to be able to pick a red toy to put on the red piece of paper. That seemed like a far-fetched goal for her last year. I still kind of feel like it's a little out there for her. I don't think it's impossible. I just feel like she doesn't care. And the thing about Freya is she has to care, and there has to be something in it for her to get her to do something. So we'll see how that goes. Her OT decided to kind of combine his goal with the academic goal, because his goal is for her to pick something up and put it somewhere purposefully. So those two kind of go together. Another one of the goals the teacher wanted was for her to be able to pick up toys and put them in a certain place, which again, for the occupational therapy, he wants her to be able to pick something up and put it in someplace, which she can do. She just has to want to do that. Physical therapy, he had the goal of her pulling up to standing, which she wasn't doing at the end of last year, but she is doing now. So gratefully, we were able to change that goal to standing all by herself without leaning against something or without someone holding on to her for 5 seconds. So we'll be working toward that in physical therapy. Speech therapy is where we did chat quite a bit, because the original goal we had was for her are you happy? Was for her to be able to communicate using sign or the communication board. And I discussed with her kind of what we were doing as far as the buttons, and we're having good showing good progress with those. And I talked to her about moving like straight to a communication device that would be like an iPad with a program on it, and when she touched the picture, just like on her communication board, but the picture would say the word. And I said, with all the progress we've been making with the buttons, I kind of wanted to go toward using a device instead of the communication board, because with the communication board she doesn't get that input of when she's pointing at a certain thing that it's saying the word. So we discussed there's kind of different things you can use. There's things that are pre-programmed, kind of like the buttons are, that you can pre-program, but it's like a board, so when she touches it, it says the word. So we're gonna look at those. We're also going to continue to use sign language in hopes that she will pick that back up. Freya used to use about 20 signs, and then when she started preschool last year, she kind of just dropped all of the sign language for whatever reason. It's a typical Freya thing to learn something new and then not do it for a while. So I'm hoping she'll pick that back up. We're hoping you'll start signing again. She does sign play and dad and all done still. Those are the 3 that she kept because those are the most useful, Yeah. What? And then we chatted with the school nurse. Freya is allergic to cashews, so we have to have a form signed by her doctor saying it's okay that she has her EpiPen with her at all times. So we have to send that in and get that done. And I think that's it. Overall, great. Everybody loved the donuts. Everybody loved seeing Freya. She was kind of grumpy the first couple minutes of the appointment, and I couldn't calm her and I couldn't soothe her, and she didn't want to go play with the toys, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then the school nurse came up and started playing with her with the toys, and she just lit right up. And I think she just was like, hey, I'm here. And no one was paying attention to her because we were paying attention to the meeting. I mean, she wasn't neglected. She just wasn't being played with. So as soon as the school nurse started playing with her, she was a happy camper, You just were like, hey guys, when I'm here, we usually play together, Look at her standing. You're doing so good. You're standing so good. I'm so proud of you. Are you proud? Yeah. Oh, you want to rock while we stand? So that's how everything went. It went so well. I'm so glad to have it done. And now we get to look forward to school. We have a couple weeks. Yeah, we have a couple weeks before preschool starts. So we've got to find some fun things to do, you and me, because the kids will be back at school. Yeah, the kids will be at school. So we need to find some fun things to do, just you and me. What do you think you want to do? Do you want to go to the library? Do you want to go to Auntie's house and play? Oh, yeah. Do you want to go to the park and swing on the swings? We're going to have to find some stuff to do to entertain ourselves, If you guys have any questions about the IEP or the process or anything, just comment down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us today. You say bye-bye? Look up here. You say bye-bye? No? Okay. We'll see you guys next time.